Clara, you've got some serious explaining to do right now. I mean, what is up with this lunch you packed me? Are you trying to starve me to death or something? Besides, isn't this just leftovers from yesterday's dinner? Glad to know you care enough about me to cook me something fresh.
Oh, Ryan, I really am sorry about that. I was just so busy this morning, I hardly had any time to make something fresh for you.
You're telling me that you're a housewife who can't even do the most basic of duties for her husband?
Ryan, I really don't think that you're being fair to me right now. I mean, just think about everything that happens in the morning. First, I have to go and wake up our children, get them out of bed, and make food for them. Not to mention everything else I have to get ready for them, and you, before you all go out for the day.
There you go. So you admit that it's your job to get everything ready for us before we leave, and yet you just chuck last night's scraps into a Tupperware and try to pass it off as making me lunch? It's not like you're even doing anything in the daytime. I don't get why you can't just make me something different then. Surely you have some time to do that while the kids are at school, right?
Well, maybe I could if we split up the housework just a little bit more.
And why in the world would I do something like that, huh? You know that I go to work to put food on our table and keep the roof over our head, right?
Of course I know that, and I really am grateful for all that you do for us. But can we at least acknowledge that I'm having to do all of the housework and child rearing all by myself, right?
Well, duh. That's kind of what being a housewife means. You really want special treatment for that?
So you're saying that I don't have any right to ask for help at all? That's why you think you can just order me around like this?
Man, you just are full of stupid things to say today, aren't you? I'm asking you to do the bare minimum when it comes to providing for your family. You're the one asking me to do more work on top of already going to a full-time job where I do provide for my family.
Well, what about the stuff with the kids? Surely we could split that up just a little more evenly, don't you think? After all, you are their father. They're your kids too, you know. Don't you think you should be trying to spend more time with them and doing more for them?
I watch over them now and then, don't I?
Honestly, you barely even do that. Anytime I ask you to watch the kids so that I can do the shopping or something, you just sit there and play on your phone. And even this last time, when I asked you to watch Bridget, you were asleep when I got back. How can you say that you watch the kids when your eyes aren't even on them in the first place?
Oh, wow. So I guess I'm not allowed to feel tired or fall asleep anymore? Is that what you're telling me? You? Who just sits around the house doing nothing all day until we all get back from school and work? You've got some nerve talking to me like this.
I don't do nothing all day, and you know it, Ryan. I don't get what's happened with you. You used to cook dinner for the family, and you used to love spending time with the kids. You even used to help me clean up around the house.
That was way, way early in our marriage. Which is to say that it was when you were a lot prettier than you are now. But now all you do is nag at me and try to kill me with your horrible, lousy cooking.
Well, if you think that I'm the only one that's gotten older, you might want to go and look in a mirror.
That's exactly what I'm talking about when I say that you're always nagging me. You really think you're making things better for yourself when you talk to me like that?
Oh, please. I'm only saying what you're saying to me. Don't be a jerk.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that I'm always the bad guy and every little thing is always my fault, isn't it?
I don't even remember what we were talking about, but you should know that I'm really starting to reach my limit with you. You have no idea how hard it is to take care of you and the kids all at the same time.
Take care of me? Did you really just say that you're doing that for me? You really are delusional if you think that's what's going on.
And what about cooking for you all the time, or any other thing you order me around to do? It's not like you don't know how to do these things either. You're just too lazy to do anything yourself.
Well, I've already told you that I work and that's why I don't have time for any of that. You're the one with all the free time on your hand and that's why you do all of that. Don't you know anything about being a housewife? Oh, what am I talking about? Of course you don't.
There you go, trying to put me down all the time. Why do you always do this, huh?
Oh, please. I'm not doing anything. You're just being way too sensitive. The fact of the matter is that the housewife does the work in the house. That's how it works. Don't try and drag me into doing your work for you just because you're too lazy to do anything yourself.
You just really don't seem to get it, do you?
What I get is that I've let you get away with whatever you want. Do you have any idea how many people are in our same positions and don't complain about it? Anyways, I'm gonna go out and buy some lunch for myself, if you don't have anything else to say to me.
Well, what about the food that I packed for you?
Yeah, that's all sitting in the trash can right now. Next time, actually put some effort into what you make for me. Got it?
Well, either way, we're still not done here. I still have things that I want to say.
Well, I don't have any more time that I can waste on you. You've already taken up enough time of my lunch break.
Hey, Ryan, what time do you think you're going to be home today?
I'm gonna be home late. Got a problem with that?
No, but do you mind if I ask why? Are you doing overtime or something like that?
No, I'm out eating right now. And I'm having some beer with my meal too. Have anything to say about that?
Wait a second. You're out right now? But I told you that I had a cold, didn't I? I really would like to rest.
I know you're sick. That's why I'm going out. You probably haven't even cooked anything for us to eat, have you?
Well, I actually just fed the kids their dinner, and there's plenty left here for you too.
Oh, I see. Well, whatever. Why would I go home when I might catch whatever you have? You really are clueless sometimes. Do you know that?
But I haven't had a chance to rest at all. I've been awake all day, and I'm only putting the kids to bed now.
Well, then go and do that. Why don't you go to bed yourself while you're at it?
Ryan, I thought you said that you were going to come home early tonight.
And why would I even bother coming home when all you do is ask me to do stuff around the house if I do? Huh? You wish that I would come home early, but it's not going to happen.
Ryan, please. My fever is really, really high. I feel absolutely terrible right now.
Oh, please. It's just a little cold. Calm down. Everyone gets them. You're not that special. Just take some medicine and go to bed. You'll be fine. Besides, I've gone to work with a fever all the time and nothing bad ever happened.
Did you really do that? You just don't care about anyone but yourself, do you? I just want to spend some time resting at home. Is that really so bad?
Which is basically your way of telling me that you want me to do everything around the house for you when I come back from work, isn't it?
Please, Ryan. If you just help me out a little, I promise that I would get better quickly.
You know, the whole reason why I tell you to work is for your own good. Besides, if I did all the work that you do for me, what would even be the point of having you around?
What do you mean? Please tell me that you're not being serious about that.
I mean, what is even the point of having a housewife who is barely a wife and barely does anything around the house? You think I wanted to marry some shut-in who complains about every single little sniffle?
You mean that you only want me in your life so that I can take care of our kids and clean up after your messes?
You really are thick sometimes. You know that? How many times are you going to make me say that the housework and child rearing are your job? What is even the point of having you around if I'm going to have to explain to you over and over and over again? Just think about it. Why in the world would I want to be married to someone who didn't do everything that I ordered them to?
But then, what's even the point? Is that really the whole reason you and I are even married in the first place?
And she finally gets it. Maybe now, you can finally take the next step of doing your work without me having to tell you all the time. And staying healthy is a part of your job too, you know. You really think the whole world's just gonna stop just for you?
Well, I think that I might have gotten whatever this is from Bridget, and I think that someone from her school gave it to her.
Yeah. You can't blame your husband for this one, so you blame your kids instead. I'm glad you have enough time to think of all these excuses. Anyways, can we finally be done with this stupid conversation now?
Ryan, aren't you even worried about me? I feel really awful.
Are you going to die? Is this cancer? Are you on fire? No? Then knock this woe is me crap off.
How can you act like this when all I'm asking for is a little help? I mean, isn't that what husbands and wives are supposed to do? We're supposed to be there for each other. Besides, you said that you were going to come home early when I told you that I was sick. You said that you were going to watch the kids for me. Don't you remember that? I don't think you've ever done a single thing for me in my entire life.
Are you really getting this upset just because I don't care that you have a head cold? You really are just not going to let this go, are you?
I can't believe that you're treating me like this. You're horrible. Do you know that?
You're really starting to piss me off. Do you know that? Give me a break already. You need to open your eyes and realize just how lucky you have it. I would have never married you if I had known that you were just going to sit in my house, eat my food, use my money, and then have the nerve to not ever do anything for me. How about you try making as much money as I do, and then try to talk to me?
Okay, Ryan. You and I are going to talk about what's going to happen from here on out.
What in the world are you going on about now, huh? What is it this time?
I am sick and tired of the way things are, and I am not going to stand for this anymore. You never do anything around the house, and you always make fun of me. And on top of all that, you hardly ever spend any time with the kids, too.
So let me guess. You're about to tell me that I have to do all the work around the house from now on? You really have some nerve, you uppity housewife. I thought I already told you don't have any right to complain until you make as much as me.
Oh, I remember. That's exactly why we're having this conversation right now, actually. As of this month, I make more money than you do, Ryan, and that is why I want to get a divorce from you.
Wait, what? Did you hit your head or something? What are you talking about? You don't make more money than me. I mean, you're too busy taking care of the house and kids to be able to even find time to work.
Well, I worked hard to make time, so what do you think about that then, huh? But I never stopped doing the work that I was doing. I just made time by cutting back on my sleep. And for the past 3 months, I've been working hard at studying how to make money. And all my hard work is finally paid off.
You mean that in the last 3 months you've managed to learn enough to find a job that earns more than mine does? You're such a liar. It isn't even funny anymore.
Are you sure about that? I would always send you a copy of my pay stub if you don't believe me. Then you'll see that I'm not lying. What do you think about that?
So then, you really do have a job now?
That's what I'm telling you. And you did say that all I had to do was make as much as you, right? And then you would finally listen to what I had to say to you.
Okay. Hold on just 1 minute. I don't know what you're up to right now, but we're going to talk about this at home.
I'm afraid that we won't be doing that, actually. I'm leaving the house today, and I'm never coming back.
Clara, please, just calm down so we can talk about this a little, okay?
Oh, I am very calm. And the fact of the matter is that we are getting divorced, and there is nothing that you can do about it.
But divorce is serious. We need to talk about this before just deciding to do it. Please, let's just talk about this when I get back home.
There really isn't anything to talk about at all.
Okay. I get that maybe I was leaving a bit too much of the housework for you to do by yourself.
That isn't even a conversation to be had. It's just the truth. And no matter how hard I tried to explain that to you, you wouldn't listen.
Clara, please. You can't do this to me. Are you really just gonna go? Hold on. I'm gonna come back home right now. Just please wait there for me. Okay?
Ryan, I want you to hurry up and sign those divorce papers that I sent you.
You mean you still really want to go through with this? What about the kids?
Now you want to talk about the kids? Give me a break. You want to try and fight me for custody? Well, good luck with that. I can't think of a single judge that would ever entrust the kids with you after I tell them how you never did anything for them.
You're right. I've been so mean to you. But it's not going to happen again. So, please, just come back.
Ryan, you really just don't get it, do you? It's over. We're going to get divorced, and there's nothing you can do about it.
But why? I already told you that I'd spend more time with the kids and help you out around the house. What more do you want from me? Whatever you want, I'll do it. Just please don't leave me.
You were so helpful when we had our first child, but when we had our second, it was like you lost all interest. Not just in being with them, but in doing anything around the house. And you put it all on me, bit by bit. Instead, it was like I was raising 3 kids all by myself.
But I only asked you to do what I thought you would be able to do.
How can you say that when I told you over and over again that I was struggling with everything that I was doing? I told you all the time that I couldn't handle the housework and taking care of the kids, and that I just wanted a little help. And instead, you just put me down, accused me of making up excuses or faking sickness. You acted like you were king of the world, all because the work you did was outside the house. Well, it's too late to fix it. I've made up my mind and nothing is going to change it no matter what.
Please, don't do this. Don't say that.
You don't have any more power over me. No matter what you say, what you offer to do, it isn't going to change what's going to happen. I've hated living with you, and now I am going to end this. I am finally going to be free of you.
Clara, please don't do this. I didn't mean to push you so hard. It's just that the stress of the job was getting to me. I was just jealous of you because you got to stay at home.
And it's only because you got it in your head that I wasn't doing anything at home. Even though I told you all the time about all that I was doing, you just weren't listening to me.
And I shouldn't have done that, and I realize that now. Please, you have to come back. The house is filthy, and there's no one here to clean it. Now I finally realize all that you were doing for us.
No one to clean the house? Aren't you forgetting about someone? As in, yourself?
But I never noticed how much you did because you always made sure that the house was clean before I got home. And I hate being so far away from my kids, too. Every time I come home, there's no one here. It's so lonely.
If you ask me, I think you deserve it.
But how am I supposed to live without you? Please, I promise to never treat you poorly again. It won't ever happen. You have to believe me.
Even the children say that they don't want to see you anymore. So if you're just going to keep begging me to come back like the pathetic worm that you are, I think that we're done here.
You mean you're just going to leave me like this? Please, I still have so much to talk to you about it. You can't do this to me.
I'll say one more thing to you and that's it. Sign the divorce papers or else I'm going to get lawyers involved and it won't get pretty. After that, I didn't call a lawyer, but I did call Ryan's parents as well as my own and explain to them what I'd been going through and why I was divorcing Ryan. At first, his parents didn't believe me, but after I showed them the text that he would send me, they support my decision fully. They called Ryan and shouted at him to sign the papers and quit dragging the process out. During the divorce proceedings, I made sure that I got full custody of the children and that Ryan would have to pay child support. He begged me to at least give him visiting rights, and I told him that I would think about it, but that I needed time. I moved back into my parents' house with my children and continued with my online job. I actually wasn't making as much money as I told Ryan, but I had a pay stub that included a bonus that was enough to convince him I was making more than him. After my months of working in secret, however, I was also busy completing training modules and told that I was up for a big promotion. That was when I knew it was time to leave Ryan. Soon, I'll move us out to a place of our own. But for now, I am enjoying having the help with my children from my parents, just like they enjoy getting to be so close to their grandchildren. And I, of